Good morning here on day number 12 out on the ACT. So I am approaching the Rivas Canyon Trailhead, probably about 5 miles away from there right now. And then that is the beginning of the climb up into the Superstitions, I believe, where there is snow. And after that, I have about 75 miles left for my hike. So a little apprehensive about the snow up there, but the sun is shining today and it should be shining the next few weeks. Probably have to deal with some cold nights, but I've already done that, so no new snow, should be good. And I know someone, at least one other person's been through there, so there should be some tracks for me to follow, and there should be plenty of water through there too, so that'll be good. And yeah, last night, I forgot to do an update yesterday afternoon, but the trail kind of climbed up into this canyon, and you can see the trail, like where you were going, for like miles away. It's just kind of wrapping around the rim of this canyon. It was really neat. And then I descended down to Pickett Post, and there is a camp host there. It's a very popular trailhead close to Phoenix, and like a big rock formation you can hike up to. And my friend Cakes, who I met on the AT this summer, left some microspikes for me with the camp host, so I got those. And the camp host offered to make me dinner. She offered to make me a steak dinner. I told her I don't eat meat, so she made me some broccoli, which was great. And then they gave me some nuts and some Reese's, so I ate well last night, which was good. And they let me pitch my tent right outside of the pit toilets there, so it was a good flat spot too. I thought about going further, but not the type of thing you're going to turn down on a through hike. So did that, and yeah, I got a little later start than I wanted to this morning. It's just so hard with these cold nights to want to get out of my sleeping bag. So yeah, I'm really no pressure to get the miles. I should have no problems getting to Payson by Saturday, though we'll see what happens with the snow. So
alright, so I'm lying down in my tent here at the end of day number 12. So today I left Pickett Post a little bit later than I wanted to, probably around 7:10, and it was nice and warm, nice and sunny. I was hiking in just my short sleeve hiking shirt for most of the day, which was the first time that's happened in a long time. And then I climbed a steep climb up into, I guess, the Superstition Mountains, and we climbed from like under 3,000 feet to like 5,400 something feet, and it was steep. It was definitely the steepest climb yet. So far everything's been pretty well graded, but yeah, I made the climb and started to encounter some snow, and in some parts quite a bit of snow. So the trail, after I made that climb, it kind of take on an entirely different character, kind of paralleling these streams. And with the snow, all the streams are really, really gushing right now. And there's just a lot of snow up here. Climbed up another path, it was like another 1,000-foot climb. And there wasn't too much snow on that side. That was, I guess, a westerly facing slope. And then on the backside, there was a lot of snow and just kind of in and out of the stream. And sometimes the trail was the stream that was ankle deep. There was one crossing that was calf deep. So, obviously my feet got wet. And yeah, especially when it's cold, you don't want your feet to get wet. So fortunately I have some waterproof socks. I probably should have changed into them, but I didn't. But it was good to have them for camp. So right now I'm camped probably at 4,800 feet, and I'm camping on snow, which is the first time I've ever had to pitch my tent on snow. And Second I roll off my sleeping pad, everything is just like super, super cold because it's all snow below me. There wasn't really, it was either like on snow or on mud. So opted for snow and kind of bracing for a very cold night tonight. But right now I got like a bunch of layers on and it's really not too bad. And then tomorrow I have 19 miles down to the Roseville Lake Marina, something like that. And apparently there's a light resupply there. So I definitely will be going in there. And then I have like 41 miles after that to get to Payson. Now I've kind of entertained the idea of just stopping at Roosevelt Lake depending on how bad tomorrow is with the snow and the weather. Well, the weather should be good, so that might be motivation to push through, but you know, we'll see. I'd really like to get to Payson, and I probably will. So you know, it wasn't, all in all, it wasn't too bad. It was beautiful with all the snow on everything, so it just adds to the challenge, adds to the adventure, I guess. So
All right, good morning. Well, it's still morning. It's probably around 11 a.m. right now. Absolutely glorious day. Barely a cloud in the sky. Nice and warm. And so I got up today, left probably around 7:15. It was a very cold night. We had some hail in the middle of the night. It was nothing too bad, but I honestly thought I was camping under this pine tree. And I thought it was just kind of some snow and ice falling out of the tree. But then I got up to go to the bathroom at like 12:30, and it was more than that. It was definitely pellets of hail that were hitting me. So fortunately this time my tent stood up to it, no problem. And I had a relatively comfortable night. It was a little bit cold. My sleeping pad, I'm using the Uberlight, which, you know, I probably should have checked into this before I left, but the R value is not really graded for, you know, those really, really cold nights. So, like, I'm definitely feeling like I'm losing some heat through, like, the bottom when I'm sleeping. So, I doubt I'll be able to find, like, a space blanket or something, but if I do, I'll pick one up and see if that can kind of boost up that R value a little bit. But anyway, right now it's nice and warm and awesome. While coming along this ridge here, coming out of the Superstitions, and I just passed some two guys doing a section southbound, and they said there's no more snow down to Roosevelt, so that is definitely a good thing. Because, and also, before I forget, this morning after, last night going through all those creek crossings and mud and snow, like my shoes are obviously soaked, and just having them sit out overnight, they just froze stiff as a board. And it was like trying to put on a rental pair of ski boots this morning, trying to get them on. Now they're nice and dry, and when I get down to the trailhead here, I'll probably swap out my waterproof socks for my other socks, which are hanging on the side of my pack. Probably see that there. So, and then it's been tough going, like very steep, not graded for bikes, like most of the trail has been so far. So, I'm doing some of the paces I did towards the end of the AT, like 26-minute miles, things like that. But I think it's going to be a little bit easier headed down out of this mountain range. So hopefully it'll be cruisy and I can get down into Roosevelt before it's too late today. So I really don't want to be trying to get hitches in the dark. Also, there's like a marina, and I've heard mixed things about, there's like a convenience store. I've heard mixed things about resupplying there, but I will only have like 41 miles to go. So I don't need a ton of stuff. So if I can just get just enough to get me that last 41 miles, that'd be perfect. So I'd really like to get that without having to get a hitch. So it's about 4 o'clock right now. Got down to the Roosevelt Lake Marina restaurant, whatever, and their store is closed, which is a huge bummer because now I'm trying to hitch into Roosevelt, and this is not a very busy road. So hopefully I'll get some luck here soon. A couple cars are going by, so hopefully one of them will grab me. All right, I'll check back in later. It's about 10:30 a.m. here on day number 14. So yesterday, was able to get a hitch into Roosevelt and back, and then I was at the restaurant at the Roosevelt Lake Marina, kind of charging up, having a beer, eating some food, and another group there kind of started asking me about my hike, and soon enough they offered me their guest room and a shower for the night, so I obviously took advantage of that, and that was a really nice surprise. So felt good to have a bed, and obviously a shower is always great when you're hiking. And then I got back on the trail around 7:30 this morning. Little cool today, but more beautiful weather as I climb up here into the Four Peaks. Gonna encounter some snow a little bit later on today. And I don't know, I just feel a little bit off. I don't know, I had a lot of dairy, I guess, last night and this morning. I don't know if that's it, but I don't have much of an appetite today. It's weird. So, hopefully it's nothing too bad, and I can just kind of trudge through and come out of it. So, we'll see. But, looking forward to the climb coming up, going up to, just about 6,000 feet. We are at like a little over 3,000 right now, so that'll be a good climb. So I've been trudging through the northern aspects of these hills. We're at about 5,700 feet here. There's maybe a foot of snow. This is very slow going, and I really hope I can find a camp tonight without snow. We've been just kind of on the side of these hills. I haven't seen anywhere to camp, but people on Gut Hook say there's good spots to camp coming up. So hopefully this area is kind of the worst of it, because it's been a lot of snow the last few miles. All right, we'll check back in later. All right, so about 3:30 in the afternoon here. I don't know if you can kind of see that saddle over there, but we went around that saddle and just kind of all through these north-facing slopes, and there was quite a bit of snow, and it was like 2.5 miles, and I finally made it to the south-facing slope that's relatively dry, and was drying out my feet, putting on my waterproof socks, and really hoping I could find a tent spot tonight that is not holding snow. So we'll see. Someone said like a mile up. I would like to get a little more than another mile today, but just play it smart up here. It was pretty sketchy going through there. There were some nasty blowdowns. Fortunately, someone else has been through here somewhat recently because there were tracks for me to follow. But yeah, there is some sketchy blowdowns, and if there weren't those tracks, it would have been really hard to follow the trail. So I only got 24 more miles, I should probably check, probably another 10 or so up high. But definitely don't want to be doing any night hiking, and definitely want to set myself up for the most comfortable night possible so I can hike out of here tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. We'll check back in when we get a camp spot. So there's this dopey saying that the trail provides, and I've been going through deep snow, really slow going, really tough miles, pressing to get to a campsite without snow, hopefully, and I found this. I'm so happy right now. Man, that means I can get a relatively good night's sleep and hike out of here tomorrow morning with some fresh legs for another round of deep snow before dropping down in elevation. So I am a very happy guy right now. All right, quick update here. As you can see, I do not have my shirt on because I had a bunch of layers on from leaving camp, and then just going through the snow has been so exhausting that I started to overheat a little bit. So I'm just trying to let the cold air cool me down while I shed some layers. And I still just feel, I don't know, a little bit off. I think I just got so worked yesterday going through that snow that I'm just beat. I'm like sore in places I'm not usually sore. I don't usually get sore after a day of hiking, let alone a 20-mile day. But it's been really tough going. But fortunately, I'm up at this road right now, and I think it's a road pretty much the whole way. And there are some tire wells for me to walk in, which means hopefully no more post holing, because I am just spent. Alright, well, my last afternoon on trail, at least for this trip, and it is far the warmest it's been. Finally dropped down out of the higher elevations, under 4,000 feet again. It's got to be probably like 70 degrees right now. Feels good. Alright, so one more video here. There's a highway I've been aiming for the last 2 weeks. Kind of a bittersweet moment getting here, having to end my hike here, but you know, this is not the time of year to head up into the next mountain range and eventually beyond the Mogollon Rim. So my friend Cakes, I met on the AT, is gonna pick me up, and then we're gonna go, I don't know, get a hotel or something and hang out. So I'm really sick of my hiker food, so hopefully I can get something green and not sugary. That sounds really good. So yeah, we'll check back in. Just, you can see the Mazet Zals and next range over there, which I will be back for in May. So